Hello friend, and welcome to the second video for the granny square bag that we are making together. As you saw, the first video was about the granny square. This one is about the joining the granny squares, and for that you need to make 3 granny squares like this. If you haven't, then go back to the first video. I will put the link in the description. For this part of the video you will need a darning needle or tapestry needle. This little gadget here is to pass the yarn through the hole on my yarn needle, on my darning needle. You will need, of course, a yarn, the same as you are using to make your granny squares in your bag. You will need 6 6 stitch markers. It is optional. If you don't have it, you don't need it. A scissor and your crochet hook, and these two little this is for the handles. In this part we are going to be doing in the next video, the third part, and when we are finishing the handle and our beautiful bag. So let's start with the second part, as we have our 3 granny squares and we are going to be joining them together. We are going to be folding to the granny squares like this, and we are placing in the position so you get the perfect shape for your bag, like this. You have 3 granny squares and you are folding them in half and now placing it like this. Now we are then going to be sewing all these pieces. I will show you exactly how to do it, but first let's mark them with our stitch markers, and we are sewing them on the wrong side. We are folding them, attaching in the stitch markers on the edges, and then making it on the wrong side so we can start sewing it together, joining the granny squares as we can start now. So I am here joining all the granny squares on the edges. This is only to have an idea. You can skip this part completely if you have a better idea on how to position the granny squares so the bag make the shape correctly. So if you are that one, then you can start sewing with me as soon as you want. This is more for the beginners and the people that need a more visual image of what we're doing here. So this is the last one, stitch marker, and this will be our way of sewing, starting on one side and then going to the other and then the other side. You will see how easy it is and how precious your bag will be. Now we are making it on the wrong side, and as you can see my stitch markers let loose, but that doesn't matter. Like this, we are working on the wrong side of our project, okay? But you can do it as easy it is for you. I am just showing you a way to do it so all people with more experience or less experience can get the idea on what we are doing here, okay? We are going to be starting on the left side, inserting the yarn into the needle so we can work easily. And here I am using my little gadget to insert the yarn into my needle easily. Maybe you don't need it, or maybe you do. So we are starting on the left side, as I say. I will do it like this so you can see more clearly what I am doing. Okay, so starting from this corner on the brown side of our granny squares, and we are just inserting the needle on the back of the two loops, so the stitch only in one, and then going through the back loop of the other side of our granny squares like this. Please leave a long tail from your yarn so you can sew it completely until the end of this side. And then we are continuing doing the same until we reach the other corner. Okay, it's super easy. You just are joining the two granny squares together as I am showing you here. Let me close up for you so you have a better view. Here you can see that I have another piece of my yarn, and I am hiding it in between the stitches that I am doing, so it doesn't unravel, and I am working beforehand, so I don't need to do it after I finish all the sewing. It's super easy as well. So we are continuing here, sewing our granny square, attaching it together until we reach the stitch marker below or our other corner. We are reaching the last stitch before the stitch marker, and we just need to remove the stitch marker to continue to the edge or to the corner like this. We remove the stitch marker and we continue, and you will see what I am doing here. So we just turn or work around to continue sewing on the other side, as you can see here, and we are doing the same, going through all and every one of the stitches we have on our granny squares, so our work looks tidy and keeps together and joining. Do this until you reach the next stitch marker, and I will see you there. So we reach the last stitch here, and now we will remove the stitch marker so we can continue sewing the other two sides and or other two granny squares on the right side. I just turn over my work and I just continue sewing to the next side, but here keep in mind that you don't want to join here in the center. You just will pass your needle through these stitches to go to the other side, to the left side. Okay, so we can reach this stitch marker, the green one, and we remove this stitch marker and we continue sewing on this side going downwards. as you can see here, like this. So remove the stitch marker, and now we do the same on this side, joining with our yarn and our darning needle these two sides of our granny squares, like this, going through every one of our stitches until the next corner where the next stitch marker is. I will be doing this work with you, and I will see you on the last stitch before the corner on this side. I reach the last stitch from the sides before reaching the corner, and then I will turn over my work, do a little bit of accommodation here, and then we have our next stitch marker. We sew here the stitches together to join our granny squares, and then we reach the stitch marker and we remove that stitch marker as well, so we can continue until our last stitch marker over there, the pink one. In total we have six stitch marker, so that can give you an idea on how much you need to sew. We will sew until the last stitch here, and then we will remove the stitch marker. So we reach the last stitch before our last stitch marker, and we are ready to remove it and then join these two very good and tight, so our work looks beautiful and tidy, like this. So here then we have finished all the sewing the granny squares. Now I will turn my work on the right side and see how my joinings are looking, and they are looking pretty nice, really beautiful. And now I will do a edge on all the granny squares side, but first let me join these two a little bit together, and then I will do the edge on all these stitches, so the work or the back looks more firm. So I will join this stitch going through the whole stitch, so I can join this little space here like this, and then we are taking the yarn from the yarn needle, and using our hook we are going to make this border. So to start, we take the yarn and we pass the hook between the second stitch and the first one like this, and then we grab the yarn, pass it through the loop, and then we make a single crochet. And we are working on all the back stitches only, using the slip stitch all around the border of our bag. We have started on this side, on the left side, and we are going all around all the stitches and then coming back to the same point where we started doing the border. Okay, so I will let you do this beautiful work with me. I will just speed it a little bit so you don't get confused, and I will see you when we are at the same stitch where we started. Okay, have fun, and any question you always can leave a comment on the comment section for the video. Thank you so much. I hope you are enjoying this video, and please, if you like this video, then like them, share with your friends, and of course subscribe to this channel. I appreciate that very beautiful action that you take. And thank you for taking the time to learn something new with me and for being here. I am running out of yarn, so I want to show you how I attach new yarn to my work. Like this. I got a very long tail yarn, and I just don't complete the stitch that I was doing. I just substitute the completion of that stitch using the new yarn, and my work just you don't notice the changes, and I am at the same time just hiding the tail from the previous yarn like this. I attach the yarn, and I complete my stitch using the new yarn, not the old one. And I, at the same time, I am then hiding the yarn in between the stitches like this. If you find this a little bit difficult or complicated, just let the yarn, and then you afterwards you finish all the stitches, you can weave in the ends using your hook or using a yarn needle. It's completely fine. This is just a more quickly and effective way to do it for me. But you can do what works best for you. Okay? So we continue, and I will see you when we reach the last stitch. So we're continuing with all the stitches, working only in the back loop of our stitches and going all around our back. So we reach the last stitch, and we are making 2 slip stitches more, and then we are going to be chaining 1, and take a look at our beautiful bag, how it is looking stable and tidy. Then we chain 1, and then afterward we are going to cut the yarn. But first let's take a look at how it is looking with the border and all the joints, and it is looking super nice, super pretty. I love it. I hope you love it too. So I cut the yarn, and now I am just weaving the end. If you have more ends to weave, then go for it. Do it your weaving so your work looks finished and beautiful and tidy, and you don't have any of these tails hanging around everywhere. So I will just hide using my crochet hook. You can use a darning needle if you prefer, and depending on how long you yarn tail is. You will prefer doing it with a yarn needle or with your hook. I am doing it with my hook because my end tail was shorter, but it is completely fine. We're hiding it very well so it doesn't show up on the right side or unravel or work. It doesn't need to happen, but just in case. It looks more beautiful when everything is organized. So this is the second part of the series on how to make this granny square bag, and the third part will be up next week, and I am going to show you how to make your handle, the handle for the bag, and how to attach it to your bag, and you will see how easy and beautiful it is to create by yourself your handle. Of course, if you have a handle ready made, then it is completely okay if you want to use that on your bag. Thank you so much for your time. I am super happy that you take the time to be creative and to use your hands to make something beautiful. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for being here. And this is how our bag is looking now. Please give a like, subscribe to this channel and leave your comment. I will really appreciate your time to do so. Thank you in advance. See you very soon. Bye bye.